This is Oklahoma football.
The second quarter, and they're training them young here in Norman at the Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. The red-white game. Tommy Grady has just gained 15 yards on a scramble to get out to the 25-yard line, and Gutierrez out of the shotgun, brought down immediately. Here is Grady, and Gutierrez is going to be wrapped up. Thibodeau on the tackle. 3rd down and 9. The second-team offense is still looking for a first down, and the crossing route with a flag down, and that is caught across midfield. Tristan Ross with the catch and out to the 44-yard line, but we will check the flag. This could very well be the first down of the game for the second-team offense. Jawan Poteet wound up making the tackle for the second-team defense. From the 45-yard line, the first down for the second-team offense. And Gutierrez cuts it back at left guard and is brought down. Williams barely got a finger on him to bring him down to the 47-yard line.
Well, my spotter over here, we used to come to games about 6 years ago, and he reminded me yesterday that he brought his dog to the game. He'd bring an ice chest, and he'd bring his dog, okay? So things have changed a little bit now. They're charging $10 a ticket, and they have tailgating going on. There's 40,000 people, and it's on television.
And the toss to Gutierrez, and Dennison comes up with another tackle for Oklahoma, and the ball at the 25-yard line.
I think that's going to be one of the biggest challenges for this club. Mike Stoops was a phenomenal coach and did a lot of things besides the defense.
Grady quick into the flat. And bad snap, first one of the day, and Grady's going to run back and pick up the ball all the way back at the 48-yard line. So they will put the ball back at the 25-yard line, and here is Grady under the gun and throws it in the flat. And here's Gutierrez, got a nice block at the 15-yard line. And it was John Flynn who got out and threw a really nice block.
There you go.
Got your center out in the flat, and Gutierrez showing a little slipperiness about it.
All right, you got to neutralize that comment about that deep analysis about the high snap.
Gutierrez lines up on the left of Grady, who looks left and throws it in the flat. He's wide open, was turned around, and could not hold on to the ball. So here is DiCarlo, who missed from 30 earlier from the left hash. This one from the right hash, and 31 yards away. And it is up, and this one is good. And he just stuck that one in the left upright. And the second team offense gets on the board with the first points.
All you have to do is speak football around here, and someone's going to pay attention. It's amazing when you get a kind of fan support, the passion that pours out of these people. It's really like a practice run for them. I mean, I saw car flags coming in, the interstates were blocked.
Tailgating.
I mean, it's like a regular game day.
It's a Saturday, man.
And heck, and you know, so they really do try to make sure they got their game, their game activity, the whole little thing they go through every year to enjoy a Sooner game ready to go. So why not? We're finishing our practice, they're finishing theirs, and now we wait for that home opener against Bowling Green.
All right, Derek, man, we've seen your old buddies out here playing some football. Brings back some memories, doesn't it?
Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories, but it's my first time being out here without, having on pads and strapping up, going out there with the fellas, but they're doing a great job right now. Just happy to be here, really.
Does it seem like just yesterday you got here to start your college career?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like I just was a redshirt freshman with number 23 on out there, so, but it goes by so fast, but I had a great experience here.
Yeah. Talk about what's coming up for you starting next weekend. I know this is a dream of yours, getting ready for it. How's your time spent up until this point gone for you?
It's been going well, just working out, just trying to make the time go by fast, and also I got classes, things like that, so that helps me deal with the time.
3rd down and 4. First team offense on the move, trying to get on the board for the first time today. Thompson and whips it. Jawan Rankins the catch, and he cuts inside. Nicholson, touchdown. Red team. 27 yards. Paul Thompson to Jawan Rankins. And that is the staple play. We've seen that earlier in the drive. We saw the tight end James Moses go down the seam and make a play for about 20 yards. And I like what Paul Thompson's done here, Dean. He looks really poised, and it looks like the receivers are running some very good routes, too.
I think that he's like a golfer playing into the wind on the front 9 and coming back on the back 9. You get the wind behind you. He's pretty fired up.
How much of a sweat did you break out there? Did you get very much in? Or?
Yeah, quite a bit. Today's a lot warmer than it has been all spring. The weather's been beautiful, and it's beautiful today, but definitely a little warmer we're used to. And of course, we're out here in kind of a game-type situation. It's going to get a little extra adrenaline going, but hey, it's all right with me.
Tell me about the crowd here, man. This is incredible. 40, 50,000. I don't know what the final count is, but this shows right here that Sooner football 24/7 around this place.
Yeah, Coach Stoops has definitely built an empire here, and everybody wants to gather around and watch us do well. And that's what we're all about, is getting better, and it starts also with the crowd. We got to have their support when we're at home, we're on the road. It gives us something to play for.
Yeah. Your last spring game, extra special for you? Or?
Well, hopefully if everything goes my way, I'll still have a few more springs I'm going to have to work out in. But, yeah, from a standpoint, from OU's perspective, it's bittersweet. It's nice to have it done, but at the same hand, I'm going to miss this forever.
This program, high expectations again this fall. There's no question about it. I know you want to go out with a bang.
Oh, no question. We got the tools to do it, but just putting it together right now is when we got to do it.
There's Bo Pelini. We've talked about him often this afternoon, and he was having a couple of exchanges with Dante Nicholson, but he comes in from Nebraska with some new concepts, talking there with Brent Venables, who he is assisting, and he also had a great deal of success, Chuck, of course, in the NFL.
And we'll talk more about Pelini after this play. Thompson, the play fake, and the man is open, and that is Will Peoples at the 40-yard line. And a first down and a gain of 14 yards. Let's continue that thought. He spent a lot of time in the NFL in San Francisco and in Green Bay, the linebackers coach in Green Bay, and did a terrific job at Nebraska, which had sort of fallen into a rut of kind of a read and react and not making a lot of plays. Their secondary made more plays, more interceptions than anyone in the nation last year.
Yeah, and they really think that what he brings is going to help a lot. I think that they came in and said, hey, how can we be better? And he said, we'll bring some NFL concepts. Now, they already had some. They had the brackets. They had quarter halves. They had the man-free robber and a lot of things that the NFL has done before. But Bo Pelini brings in some expertise in addition to that.
And Dante Hickson on the carry for a couple of yards. Paul Thompson really has become more comfortable as this game has gone along.
We mentioned the maturity. When he came in as a true freshman, he had that. And now after being around, one of the coaches told me, he said, if you could just pick out one of the top 2 character guys in the team, he'd be one of them.
And frankly, the better he plays, the more likely he is to be redshirted.
It's a crazy situation. You want your guys to all be ready to play. I mean, Tommy Grady, would he be ready to go in and play? Let's throw Texas back in there. Let's say if Jason White goes down, is Tommy Grady good enough to come in and go try to win you a game like that? Is Rhett Homar the incoming freshman? There are a lot of things that have to be decided, and I asked Chuck Long about that yesterday. And he said, hey, it's one of those things that you just have to be fluid with. Let's go through the summer, which is critical within this program. Let Bomar get in here, you go through the fall, and then those things start to take care of themselves.
Well, the fact is, and we've seen this I don't know how many times, Dean, you cannot have enough quarterbacks in your program, and you really do need to recruit at least one quarterback every year. Thompson pumps and throws to the post in the double coverage, and I think he'd like to have that one bat. He was trying to go to Will Peoples. The ball falls incomplete. Thompson and Will Peoples with a little dipsy-do inside, gets down inside the 15-yard line and down to the 14. And that should be good enough for the first down.
They're excited about what Will Peoples can do. He's bigger right now, and he is injury-free. When he doesn't have injuries, he's an explosive receiver.
So in the red zone in the final minute as Thompson fumbles the snap and throws the fade, right corner, and touchdown. Jawan Rankins with a spectacular catch in the deep right corner of the end zone.
Special to be out here and be honored one last time. You got to say goodbye to these guys, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's nice to be out here finally to watch the game instead of playing in it, watching these guys sweat and stuff. But yeah, it's nice to be here in front of the crowd again, and you know, just kind of one last send-off, I guess, before we all go do our thing. So it's nice to be here.
One more week and the big day for you. You've been waiting for this.
Kind of just a waiting game now. So getting a little nervous, a little anxious, but it'll be all right.
You feel like you've done what you've needed to do to set yourself in a position to get that early call?
Yeah, I've performed well. I mean, I've got the good tape on me. I've done pretty much everything up to this point that I could do. It's just time to sit back and wait, see what happens.
You're leaving the program in great hands.
Yeah, I know it, man. They're going to be good for a long time.
You're going to miss some of them? Good friends?
I am, but I'm sure I'll see a lot of them too. So, I mean, there's some guys that are definitely going to be there on Sunday. So, I mean, there's so much talent on this team.
It's the most prestigious award in college football, the Heisman Memorial Trophy Award, and is presented annually to the nation's top player by the Downtown Athletic Club of New York City. Heisman Trophy winner, senior quarterback, Jason White.
Big play, the pass from Paul Thompson to Brandon Jones, who ran right by Eric Bassey, 56 yards to get the ball down to the 15-yard line. And now after a 3-yard gain by Tashard Choice, it is 2nd down and 7.
Brandon Jones is a player who came in as a freshman, highly touted, and he's now playing to that capability. He'll be an NFL pick, and because of the NFL looming out there, I think I mentioned earlier, his game has picked it up a notch.
Choice showing some good power getting inside the 10-yard line before he's brought down after a gain of 3. So it'll be 3rd down and maybe give him 4 on that play. The red team trying to answer the opening drive of the white team, which was a terrific drive that stalled, but they've come up with a big play. They scored a touchdown right before the end of the half to make it 14-3. We'll see if they again can score inside the red zone, which they have done on 2 of their 3 opportunities today.
The clock's moving a little faster here in the second half, so the Whites better not fall behind too much.
Thompson out of the shotgun. Rankins in motion and a dash to the right. And out in the flat, incomplete. Jawan Rankins could not hold it. Jason Carter was there with the coverage, and it will be 4th down. Here is DiCarlo for the extra point. Mark Bradley, the holder, from the left hash mark, and he is able to boot it through. So the red is able to extend its lead. They get the big pass of 56 yards from Paul Thompson to Brandon Jones. 46 catches a year ago, looking for at least that much out of him in 2004.
Spring games here, man. You guys worked a little bit to get here, didn't you? Get it over with.
Yeah, man, it's been a long spring, but it was a good spring. We got better, definitely became a better team, and but it's good that it's over. We have a little off time now. Do more just working out, trying to get bigger and stronger. And it was good. It was a good spring. I'm glad that it's over, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it extra special for you being your last one?
Yeah, it is. I don't have to do this anymore. And I'm done with the game. You know, it's second half. I'm not going to have to play anymore. So it's pretty nice knowing I'm not going to have to go through this anymore.
Who gets the most out of the games like this? Because, Stoops and stuff, they know what you and a lot of the other guys, and they don't have to worry about you guys. Is it for the young ones?
Yeah, it's for the young guys. It's for guys that nobody knows about to come out here in front of these people and try to make a name for themselves. Younger guys just trying to make big plays, and it's exciting for people that don't know who they are. They get new faces they can look out for. It's a lot of fun for us, too. We get to watch our teammates who don't really get to get in the spotlight so much. You get to get out there and get in the spotlight. It's kind of just fun for everybody. I mean, coaches seem to enjoy it, and fans and everything. Got you all your award winners, so it's a pretty cool spectacle.
The crowd that showed up today kind of proved it's Sooner football 24/7 right here.
Oh yeah, man, we probably have 50,000 people out for a scrimmage. I mean, if that's not great fans, I don't know what it is.
Dante Hickson on the carry and gets out to around the 24-yard line for a 12-yard gain on the first play as Oklahoma's red team was backed up. The fourth quarter of the red-white game begins. Juwan Rankins with a leaping catch and one of Juwan's receiving mates. And Juwan a little slow to get up. Paul Thompson has thrown for 261 yards this afternoon. And we'll try for more here on the bootleg and the crossing route. The tight end Moses to the 40-yard line and a gain of 19 on the play.
I'll tell you, it's been good to have him. They only continues to get better for Paul Thompson.
Here's Dante Hickson with some hard running at left guard and stumbles his way inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line.
I thought it was a great game. Beautiful day out, and had great support, great fan support. I think we had close to 40,000 or more. I thought our guys played well. Offensively, you're looking for things first off. Hey, don't give the ball to them. Don't make key mistakes that way. And I thought we protected the ball well, and I thought we moved it. And really pleased coming out of spring. We're trying to keep Jason as healthy as possible. And Jason is further along than those guys right now, and he's been really sharp in practice. But we're trying to keep him healthy and get him healthy going in the fall, and it gave us time to spend a lot of time and repetitions with Paul and Tom to get them ready. And repetitions for any position, especially quarterback, really got it. And we have made a goal for us to use our tight end more in our passing game, and because we're going to use them in our running game, so we need to use them in our pass game. And that position, that group has really performed well this spring. We're really pleased where it's at right now.
The offensive line doing a good job, and Hickson's been running hard. He's got it back in the red zone for the red team.
Well, the guys in white have red underneath. They're wearing pink, and so there's a reason they're moving the ball against them.
Paul Thompson under center, and they'll go out of the eye, and there is the handoff to Hickson and the hit by Zach Latimer right there. You mentioned his daddy earlier. Boy, Don Latimer was a heck of a defensive tackle at the University of Miami, and he could hit you.
Yeah, and this guy's coming on strong. I mean, really strong. That's a name. If you want to come out of this game looking for somebody who is going to be a player in the future, it's going to be Latimer.
In the flat, the catch by the fullback, Dan Townsend, and Jason Carter was there to make the tackle for the defense. The red team on the verge of punching it in one more time with a 17-3 lead.
Sneak. Quarterback wants to call your own number. That's where you ought to be.
Tashard Choice does not get in. See, when you're running a more standard running game than the offense that you played in, they don't call their own number as much. And touchdown is called. A very late call by the officials, but a touchdown all the same. Tashard Choice goes in the end zone for the score. 12 carries for 81 yards for Choice in the last scrimmage. And again, speaking to the depth that exists at running back, what a huge recruiting battle that was between Oklahoma and Georgia. And it came down to the very last day before Choice put on the Sooner hat.
It was excellent. I'm really pleased with it. Most pleased that no one was hurt. And
Guys played in a physical, good way. Really liked, both sides of the ball, a lot of good play. We kept things, I think it's pretty obvious, fairly simple, and what we didn't want to show a whole bunch, but it was still good. I enjoyed it.
How much of this was for the vets? How much for the young guys?
Well, it's a little of both. Some vets aren't near as, don't have the veteran status that they need and need more snaps, and some of the young guys definitely need a lot of snaps. So, more than anything, it's for the guys that haven't played a whole lot and getting them in a game-like situation and see what they can do.
What about the job Tommy and Paul did today running the offense?
Really pleased. I thought they did an excellent job. They were very poised through some great balls, and they've really both have progressed in a great way here through the through the spring.
Jason itching to get out there today?
Absolutely. He tried to talk us into it a couple of weeks ago, but we're not going to take a chance of, his toe is healed pretty well, but we're not going to take a chance of pushing it. Knowing him, he'd get out there and try and do something and push it and have a chance of, just setting them back, and we're not going to take that chance.
Welcome back to the Big 12 Spring Football Special. 5 down, 1 to go. And last but certainly not least, we've arrived here on the campus of Oklahoma. We're talking Sooner football. We're on the edge of the North Oval here on campus. And isn't it ironic now, the OU Sooners have been running circles around their Big 12 opponents ever since Bob Stoops' first season in 1999. Sooner Nation, they are still buzzing over that trip to the national title game, losing to LSU. They want to get back, and the nucleus is returning for OU, but you can't go throughout a spring and 2 days without some storylines. Oklahoma's got a few of those this year. The Sooners are ready for a fresh start, but it's hard not to think about what went wrong against LSU. Or was it really that bad?
It doesn't take a lot, when to lose a 21-14 football game. That's the way it goes. So that's why you play and you do the best you can, and for a good part of the year we were able to make those plays, and in the end, in those last two, we didn't.
This spring has been one of change at OU. It starts on defense, where the Sooners lost co-defensive coordinator Mike Stoops, along with 5 starters, including Tommy Harris, Derek Strait, and Teddy Lehman. Bo Pelini replaces Stoops. The depth will take over, though, so the Sooner D may not miss a beat.
Coach Pelini's going to he's going to come in and do a great job. He's awesome. I mean, we know that defense wins. That's what they say, defense wins championships, and we believe that here, and that's how it's going to be.
So despite the missing pieces, spring in Norman was all about fine-tuning a well-oiled machine. OU should be just as strong with the core of their team returning. Mark Clayton could have opted out for the NFL, but as he put it, he's at Oklahoma to fulfill an obligation.
I had doubts, and I really wanted to help my team, and I dedicated myself when I saw my name on that paper to help this team for 4 years, and that's what I'm gonna do.
And I still believe he sees too that he can improve his position in the draft by being a little stronger and more ready and more prepared a year from now.
He's back, and so is Heisman winner Jason White, who has rehabbed from a broken toe suffered against LSU, along with off-season surgery on his wrist and knee. Even with White returning, there are whispers of a quarterback controversy in the Sooner Nation, with Paul Thompson and Tommy Grady improving, along with hotshot recruit Rhett Bomar on the way this summer.
Everybody wants to play, so they're gonna push the other guy because he wants to play too. The competition at quarterback it's always been great since I've been here, and it makes better players out of everybody.
But the real battle this spring and fall is in the backfield, where OU's running game could stand to be a bit more punishing. Kewan Jones and Dante Hickson will feel the heat from freshman and early arrival DJ Wolf. And this summer, the nation's #1 recruit, Adrian Peterson. At OU, competition is embraced because it's all about getting to the finish line and coming home with the big prize.
I'm happy here, and we're going to have fun this spring and hopefully come out next year and play like our hair is on fire.
Well, it's a great schedule for Oklahoma. Their first 4 are at home, and their first road game isn't until October 16th at Kansas State. Well, part of the academic excellence here at OU comes from the university's nationally acclaimed School of Meteorology. Water Cooler Talk focuses on forecasting, studying radars such as these, and of course, learning to weather storms. As we found out, this department and the football team actually have a lot in common.
Up upper atmospheric phenomena, even space weather, how the sun interacts with the Earth.
Touchdown, Vincent! Amazing performance! Intercepted.
It had the makings of a storybook ending for the Crimson and Cream. Yet this stormy finish, no one in the Sooner Nation could have predicted. Not even those in the predicting business, like OU's Regent Professor of Meteorology, Dr. Kelvin Drogemeyer.
After the loss in the Sugar Bowl, there wasn't a lot of condemnation of the program. It was like, well, hey, that's the way it goes. You know, we had a great season. Let's go out and do it next year. There is always another year.
So as the spotlight shines on another spring in Norman, Oklahoma, there is plenty of optimism. The fans believe in their leader, Bob Stoops. So despite closing losses to Kansas State and LSU, those clouds of doubt are now history.
We dedicated a couple of those workouts to those two games, and you could just tell by the way everybody was working that just even thinking about it got everybody that much more fired up.
We're a great football team. We didn't play as well as we could last two games. I mean, we're going to rebound. We're going to come out. We're going to play better next year than we did this past year. We're going to do what we got to do to get the job done.
For that to happen, Jason White needs to stay healthy and recapture his Heisman magic. This spring, his work was limited, while coaches allowed him to rehab from knee surgery, a broken toe, and a sprained right hand. White has weathered the storm and will be 100% by two-a-days. While the nucleus returns for another title run, there is high pressure building towards the new season. Stoops has to replace the Big Four on defense, prepare for the arrival of his lightning in a bottle, the nation's top recruit, running back Adrian Peterson.
Just like turning a tornado loose out in an open field, you know, and we're all excited about this because, you know, even though we have had excellent teams in the past, you know, Stoops is going to continue to push us to get better and better.
We're excited about the future. I've got a great staff that we've had a lot of, you know, great continuity and a good group of players that with great attitudes and that really work hard for us. So, no, I couldn't be more pleased.
And a special thanks to OU School of Meteorology. And after hearing from Dr. Drogemeyer and OU players, and of course Bob Stoops, we know this much. The forecast is very clear for Sooner football in 2004. Well, Radigan's a big fan of tattoos. I kind of prefer food, so I'm going to eat a bite here. This is Louie's on Campus Corner. Bob Stoops owns the place. I'll see you in a few.